Hello friends, I am Dr. Dattatray Ghotekar, Assistant Professor in Department of Chemistry, Nutan Vidya Prasarak Mandals, Arts, Commerce and Science College, Lasalgaon. This micro lecture is prepared for the fulfillment of refresher course in Environmental Studies and Sustainable Development organized by Academic Staff College, Aurangabad. The topic of this micro lecture is chemistry laboratory safety. The chemistry laboratory safety came into existence in 1970 as Occupational Safety and Health Administration OSHA. This is also known as United States Labor Law, which was passed in 1970 and also known as a US Labor Law 1970. There are 5 pieces of lab safety. Persons, those who works in chemistry laboratory or any industry, laboratory should have always keep in his mind 5 pieces of lab safety. Chemical fume hood. Second means protective gloves, safety goggles, showers, lab coats, eye wash, etc. Third piece is nothing but fire extinguisher, and fourth one is first aid kit, and fifth one emergency exit. When somebody is doing reaction having irritating chemicals, then always use chemical hood. Chemical hood always should have good phase velocity. It is near about 0.3 to 0.5 cubic meter per second. Thus, chemical hood prevent exposure to toxic, irritating and lacrimatic noxious vapors. In the laboratory, always wear appropriate goggles to protect your eyes because lacrimatic irritating reagents may reach problem to your eyes. Therefore, always be wear protective goggles. Appropriate eye protection must be worn at all time. While doing the laboratory work, always wear appropriate protective clothing. So this is the man having appropriate clothing who wear it in laboratory, and your clothing should be in such a way that this clothing should cover your legs to the knees. Lab apron should be used to protect your skin, and good clothing. Loose clothing should not be worn because it may dip into chemicals or fall into flame and catch fire. Next point is wear shoes in laboratory. Appropriate shoes should be there. Do not wear sandals or open toed shoes because it may produce wound to your feet because of unknowingly there may be presence of glass pieces. Always wear leather shoes. Don't wear polymer footwear because polymer is not so chemical resistive, but leather shoes are too much chemical and heat resistive. Then next thing, do not apply any cosmetics or do not eat or drink into the laboratory. Because chemical present in the lipstick and other cosmetic may react with vapors of chemicals and may damage or it may be harmful to your skin. Therefore, do not apply any cosmetics. These activities are always ways by which an accidentally ingest harmful chemical in your body, and you may get a harmful effect. Do not test any chemical. Never test any chemical in laboratory because we don't know toxicity or nature of chemical. So this is the picture having a one rat. Uh, he tested the chemical and get died because of testing of chemical. Do not smell any chemical directly because chemicals, we don't know different types of chemical. If absolutely necessary to smell, use your hand to fan the vapor to your nose, but directly don't taste or smell any chemical. In laboratory, we require various types of solution. We always do different dilute solution in the laboratory, especially acid solutions, alkali solutions are always consumed, or it is used in laboratory in large quantity for various purposes. When you are doing the chemicals solutions, always pour from large containers to small ones. Acid should be poured into the water. Do not pour water into the acid. Or there is one rule, always pour more concentrated solution to the less concentrated solution. So this is very important thing in laboratory. Always check your goggles. Always check your glasswares or different glass material which are clear or not. Sometimes glass material have a different cracks and different stars. When you work up the reaction, when you perform the reaction at the time, the material, reaction material, get wasted in the basin or in the laboratory because of cracked glasswares. So it should be checked before using. Otherwise, leakage may possible. Do not such a glassware, take care of it. In laboratory, we have to heat various types of solution. We have to perform various types of test in the laboratory. Whenever we are doing qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis, whenever you want to heat the test tube, you should always heat the test tube at an particular angle. Directly the opening oppositely to and other people in the laboratory. Otherwise, there may be problem, there may be emission of that liquid fastly, and it may get spread on your eyes or on your body. So be careful of it. So next slide is how to handle the glassware, how to handle the beakers, hot beakers or hot conical flask, etc. Whenever you are doing the reaction and glasswares are hot or heated material may be there, at that time you do not pick up your glassware directly by naked hand. Always use beaker tongue or always use napkin, or you should use gloves, rubber gloves to pick up your container, reaction container. So this slide shows how to ignite the glass, how to ignite the gas, sorry, how to ignite the gas. Whenever you want some flame for doing particular test, at that time, first light the match and then start the knob of the gas. Do not start the knob and afterward light the match. So this is wrong procedure. Actually, we should first light the match and then start the knob of the gas. So this picture shows one girl sucking a solution by pipette directly by mouth. So do not do like this. This is wrong procedure. Always use a rubber suction bulb or other device to fill the pipette. So these are the devices which are used to suck the harmful solutions or problematic solutions, alkali solution, acid solutions. So this is the proper way. This way is not proper. Whenever you are doing experiment or working in the laboratory, at that time you should be aware of the labels which are present on the bottles. Know the hazards of the material to be used. Read labels carefully to make sure that you are using the right chemical first, and always use the MSDS sheet. MSDS sheet means material safety data sheet. What is the name of that material? What are the properties, chemical properties? What are the physical properties of that material? You should read carefully, and afterward you should use that material. Next slide is about hairs. Many people or many females have their hairs, very long hairs. At that time, never lose your hair in the laboratory. The your dangling hair can fall into burner and catch fire, or can fall into chemical solution. Therefore, it may be cause fire accident with that person. So uh, tie your hairs. Do not keep your dangling hair in the laboratory. So this slide is for safety equipment used in the laboratory. So the first, this portion, this part is nothing but eye wash fountain. Whenever accident took place, at when some chemical splash into air, at that time, immediately you should wash your eyes in the fountain. Then safety shower. Suppose some chemical get splash on your body, at that time immediately go to the safety shower and clean your body carefully. Then fire extinguisher. Suppose sometimes accident happen, there is a fire in the laboratory, some chemical catch fire, solvent catch fire. At that time, take the fire extinguisher and immediately try to uh, solve the problem. You can use the fire extinguisher and you can um, stop the heat fire. Then whenever more problem is there, very dangerous problem is there, and you have to run away from the laboratory, at that time always use emergency exit. So this is a person which are using his chemical in from his locker. So this is the wrong way. Always replace the chemical to the right place. So this is the proper way of keeping the solutions or chemicals. In the laboratory, you never work alone. What will happen, we don't know. In case of problem, you may need another person to prevent injury, even save your life. So do not work alone in the laboratory. There must be your friend, or uh, more than one person should be there. Remember that the lab is place for serious work. Do not work carelessly. Your careless behavior may endanger yourself and others. So this is about wastage material from the laboratory. You have different types of wastage dustbins. Always keep the chemicals or pharmaceutical waste in this brown dustbin, and this yellowish, parrot yellowish dustbin is for plastic bags or rigid box or infectious material, and this is for electronic material. So this is about the how to use the disposal material, waste material in the laboratory. Suppose sometimes accident happen. If accident get happen in the laboratory, at that time you report any accident or unsafe condition immediately, otherwise you may get in problem. So this is the person, he has a problem, and after some time he get problem, he got major problem, and he get fall down. Wash your hands with soap and water before leaving in the laboratory. This rule applies even if you have been wearing gloves and doing nothing in the laboratory. So this is very important thing. When your work is over and you are leaving the laboratory, return all the equipments and chemicals which you have used there. Be sure to replace the lids to all containers. Clean up your work area. Friends, with this brief micro discussion teaching, uh, I'm very thankful Honorable Dr. Pramod Yevle, Vice Chancellor, Director of this Academic Staff College, Professor Dr. M. Musjib Khan, Course Coordinator Dr. N. Bandela, Assistant Director Dr. Muhammad Abdul Rafi, and all official staff, and our principal Dr. Dinesh Naik, for giving me an opportunity to complete this refresher course on um, environmental chemistry, that is environmental studies and sustainable development. Thank you, friends. Thank you.